nature, and because of the open source decentralized nature of all this technology, you can create currency at will, which means you can create your own currency. Whooshka.
Okay, let's save that for the next one, because the next one is about currency.
And that all requires record keeping to know who owns what and who has what claim against what.
Yeah.
And that's where blockchain and all this decentralized stuff is going to.
So blockchains are great. So blockchains are great for certain kinds of information, but definitely not for all information. So okay. Now we're going to talk about the advantages and examples of centralized versus decentralized databases. Yeah. So examples of centralized databases would be MySQL, Postgres, and MongoDB. Just what you call fair income databases, really.
That's the technical term for them.
Apparently.
And if you're not using the technical term, you're a Luddite. So.
Yeah. It's a technical term in Australia. Okay, but so these databases require trust between them, so that's why we've called them centralized. But within a particular group, you can have multiple MySQL or MongoDB servers, which
they talk to each other and interact in ways.
They talk to each other, interact. They delegate leaders. They elect leaders, so that you can have multiple servers, and in that sense, it's decentralized. There's many multiple servers, but the key thing is that there is still trust between them.
Book of Revelations,
and so that's why they're still centralized.
These databases, they have these elections amongst themselves. They elect their own leaders.
Yeah.
Well, come on, man. That's a bit of a freaky concept, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a trusted community, which means that because these databases require trust, it means that they cannot be distributed amongst everybody, because that opens the risk to hackers and just anyone who will make fraudulent records. So trust forces the databases to narrow down to specific institutions,
and even down to specific departments and
groups.
functions.
So yeah, exactly. So that's why they become. That's why trusted databases are centralized databases.
The environment that they're in is trusted, not necessarily the records. It's the entire environment is trusted. Therefore, they can. What can they do? They can consolidate all the processing into a very small area and save themselves a bucket load of mucking around trying to verify records.
Yeah, which is why they're so fast. They don't need to verify the records, or at least the algorithm is a lot simpler. They don't need complicated proof of work algorithms, which take too much power.
Milliseconds.
So they're very, very fast.
Milli and nanoseconds.
Fast. Milliseconds, exactly.
It can be 10 minutes to get your transaction onto a block. Yeah,
whereas
that's mental.
Bitcoin's like 10 minutes. Yeah.
I was just doing.
It's like. How many times?
Lots of orders larger.
A lot.
I was just pulling up a transaction on my wallet, and it asks me, how long do you want this to take? 10 minutes, 30 minutes, milliseconds.
600,000. So about 600,000 if I've done it right.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Locally, using the centralized system is 600,000 times faster. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Well, yeah, I had the question asked me before.
Yeah.
I had the question asked of me before.
That's going by 10 milliseconds.
How long do you want this transaction to take? Do you want it to take 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or 2 hours? And I paid a fee for speed accordingly. The longer it took, the cheaper the transaction was. The quicker I wanted it, the more expensive it was. Now, this is all measured in Satoshis, and it was the most expensive was 55 cents.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares about that? It was 0.01% of what I wanted to move around. I was going to move $59, and it was, okay, I can wait around. I can spend 55 cents for 10 minutes worth, or I could spend 30 if I wanted it to take an hour, which is even less than 0.01%. So, to be honest, the expense at the individual transaction level of the blockchain at the moment is fairly minuscule. But when you're standing in a queue waiting for your pizzas, 10 minutes is a fair while. You don't want to be waiting around 10 minutes for that transaction. All queued up. Hence the centralized nature of the banking and SPOS system speeds all that up. Yeah, where did you go? Go somewhere?
Yep. So there's a single point of trust, which actually makes it really fast because you don't have to verify the transactions, but that also makes it vulnerable to failure. So you've got a single point of trust, you've also got a single point of failure. And a single point to regulate, which means that the government can make some law, or it can be more complicated than that.
Between powers,
cooperation.
So
between,
someone,
between two parties,
interfering power, you can find their target easily. Easily, they've got their target easily because it's in one spot. They're just
So it's easy for Google to or someone else to make regulations or to give the data to the government if they're petitioned for it. Or for Facebook to make some contract with some other company and hand your data out with this one point.
And whoever is the CEO of the
CEO
participating company,
Facebook,
which has actually happened, and there's been a big controversy over the last 6 months about Facebook opening its data stores to selected third parties, when those data stores are not open to everybody else. They can do that. That's Facebook. They can do whatever the hell they want. And that actually has been warned about for years.
Yeah.
It's been for at least 6 years that I can remember. Careful. Well, bingo.
Yeah.
Because of...
Yeah. So people do need to exercise a lot more personal responsibility before they sort of judge Facebook, I would say.
The safest you can actually be is open source, decentralized, and distributed. Surprisingly enough, freedom and liberty is the safest place to be.
Yeah.
Rather than centralized into single points of authoritarian failure.
Yeah.
As we are learning.
Yeah. So single points, easy to regulate, easy to fail. Single point of attack that easy to go down.
And because of its centralized
easy
and
for
powerless
information to be released.
Disastrous when it is leaked.
But with decentralized databases, examples of this, things are quite different with decentralized databases in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Examples
are
blockchain,
if one website fails, it doesn't bring everybody else down.
The World Wide Web, BitTorrent. Yeah.
I freaking love that. I just love that.
IPFS, which stands for Interplanetary File System.
When do we get an intergalactic?
Sort of
when do we get
almost like an equivalent to the web, or at least
it
could be.
You do know that Alex Jones has got an interdimensional file system, don't you?
Well, it could have been called that, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, you need to wear this tinfoil hat with a little point on it, and
No,
you've got
I
an
haven't heard that.
interdimensional